Okay, guys, good night. This is day 539, Nisa 1 to 6. O humanity, be mindful of your Lord who created you from a single soul, and from it he created its mate, and through both he spread countless men and women. And be mindful of Allah, in whose name you appeal to one another, and honor family ties. Surely Allah is watchful over you. Give orphans their wealth when they reach maturity, and do not exchange your worthless possessions for their valuables, nor cheat them by mixing their wealth with your own, for this would indeed be a great sin. If you fear you might fail to give orphan women their due rights, if you were to marry them, then marry other women of your choice, 2, 3, or 4. But if you are afraid you will fail to maintain justice, then content yourself with one or those bondwomen in your possession. This way you are less likely to commit injustice. Give women you wed their due dowries graciously, but if they waive some of it willingly, then you may enjoy it freely with a clear conscience. Do not entrust the incapable among your dependents with your wealth, which Allah has made a means of support for you, but feed and clothe them from it, and speak to them kindly. Test the competence of the orphans until they reach a marriageable age. Then, if you feel they are capable of sound judgment, return their wealth to them, and do not consume it wastefully and hastily before they grow up to demand it. If the guardian is well off, they should not take compensation, but if the guardian is poor, then let them take a reasonable provision. When you give orphans back to their property, call in witnesses, and sufficient is Allah as a vigilant reckoner. As you might guess and also feel, if you're following, for more than 500 days we were going through surahs in Quran in revelation order in Meccan time. And during the Mecca period, we were dealing with two main subjects: believe in Allah Jalla Jalalu and believe in hereafter. We can just summarize with these two subjects the main point. Now, during the Medina period, now we have other issues. Now, the first thing we learned in maybe last 30 days or so, when we started going through Medina period surahs, we are seeing a lot of warnings about how we live our life actually as a mu'min, and also as a human being. Let's just strip all this religious identity, and as a human being with some dignity and with some base moral values. As it says here, it's not saying, oh, you believe, or oh, you mu'mins. It says, oh, humanity, oh, you people. And also, another interesting thing during this Medina period, I guess, we started realizing that if you think you're a pious person, it is not actually measured by how much you pray alone. It is actually measured by how you handle resources, the money, and also the dignity of the weakest people in your societies, and mostly women and orphans, such. So we should be careful with how we handle all the resources Allah actually gave us, not we hard worked and earned every cent or something like that. It's meaningless to say that I worked so hard and I got all this wealth. This is nonsense. If Allah wants to give you, no one can stop. In Allah does not give you, no one can do anything. Everything belongs to Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. And He knows what to give to every single human being He created. And also, there is one more thing here that is mostly misunderstood, that as a man you can marry with 1, 2, 3, 4 women. No, actually here it limits it to one. It says, yeah, you may marry 1, 2, 3, 4, but if you're afraid that you will fail to maintain justice, which will be too hard among 4 or more than 1 women, I'm talking about men, of course. If you fail to maintain justice, you're supposed to be marrying only 1 woman. So it's actually putting the record straight that since the old times people used to marry multiple women. This is a known tradition. But as I said before, if you think you are a pious person, it's not really measured by how you pray, how much you pray alone. It is measured by how you handle the resources Allah gave you and how you handle the dignity of the weakest people in your society. like women and orphans and kids. And also putting the rules that if you're handling protecting orphans, yes, you can use their wealth carefully to feed them, to help them, to take care of them, but very carefully. And when you understand that they are mature enough to handle their own wealth and then give them back, and also get a witness. So again and again, I guess the lesson I take from here, and I see it very important lesson, is the fact that if we believe that we are a pious person, and it's not measured by how much we pray, it is measured by how we handle resources Allah gave us, like money, wealth, and also how we handle the dignity of the weakest people in our societies, like women, kids, and orphans. Very great lesson for humanity, not for Muslims, not for Muslims, for everybody.